So it is kind of like a kind of a constant curve, but it's a little taller than a constant curve. And then it's altered, and you'll see why I wanted it taller. That taller shape makes it easier to do the alteration that's happened in that piece. So I'm going to sort of go through the constant curve hemisphere steps, but I'm going to really try to get this guy tall. And I'm not going to worry so much about the hemispherical shape that we talked about 2 weeks ago. So I am going to go fast through this, but we're opening. What move am I about to do now? Big squeeze. Little wobble I'm going to get rid of there. Okay, now I'm going to throw down and reset the curve. Alright, now I'm ready to pull. My slope, dig a hole, start the pull, and I'm really trying to go up. So it really kind of looks cylindrical from the outside, but on the inside, Denise, can you see the inside? It has a round shape. Can you see that? Okay. Still round on the bottom. So here we go, pull again. Pull number 2 again, still trying to go really up. Is this getting a little too tall and skinny? Okay, I'm going to let it go out a little bit on this one. In fact, I'm going to start taking the lip out right now. And I'm going to, did I do third pull or was that 2?
That's 2.
It was 2? Okay, let's do third pull. This one's the light one. This is going to be more of a shaping pull for me on this one. So I'm getting a little wider here. Through the lip. Okay, shape and scrape. I'm going to pull it out a little bit more and maybe give it a little bit of an upside down bell curve. This rib tool with the right shape for what I'm trying to do. I'm going to use a small one. This is a small little rubber rib tool. And I have a bunch of special sized rib tools, different materials, different shapes, different sizes. If you ask, I will say yes. But you have to ask if you want to borrow one of these. Okay, I think I'm done throwing the bowl. Now let's alter the bowl. Do a little thank you swirl on the bottom. This one, remember I said always shape and scrape the inside of a bowl? Well, this one's sort of in between a cylinder and a bowl. So I actually have enough of the outside I can see that I am going to shape and scrape the outside. I could even go one inside and one outside. Okay, that's the bowl. Now let's alter. These are wet alterations. The wet stage, though, isn't the only stage you can alter the bowl in. If you let it dry, we could paddle it. We could change the shape in a lot of different ways. So I'm going to take a wooden straight edge. This is a rib tool, a big rib tool. You could also use your modeling tool. But the key is I want it to be dry and clean, so it sticks as little as possible to this edge. I'm going to push into the bowl. I'm going to take 2 fingers and do that. And I'm going to do it again over here. Or should I have stopped? Should I stop now? Keep going. Should I do one here? So here's a couple tips. You notice I'm doing one move each time at each spot. I touch it once with the tool, do one thing with my fingers. I'm not going back and adjusting or fixing. It's one movement. And you have to have a little bit of confidence with it. In fact, I think I might have gotten a little carried away right there. And yes, I am resisting the urge to adjust the shape right now. I'm going to resist the urge, and I'm going to wait until it's dried up a little bit. And when I say dry, I mean soft enough to still move, but also dry enough to not leave fingerprints behind. Does somebody have a modeling tool I can borrow? Modeling tool. Take it off the same way. Deep round undercut. Where'd the wire go? Somebody have a wire? Wire. I had a wire. Where'd the wire? Didn't I start with a wire? I didn't. There's Dulce. Thank you. Did you get that in slow motion, Denise? Twist and lift. Okay. Now which one? What do you want to see next? I'll do one more. Which one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. 5. 5 I said I already did. It's on video. You can watch that. We just did 4. 3. What? 3s? I see a lot of 3s. Okay, let's do a 3. Number 3. This is a version of a T-bowl shape. I'm going to call it a T-bowl because it's kind of an American interpretation of an Asian T-bowl form. And look at that shape. I want you to notice that the bottom is kind of a constant curve, low profile, with a cylinder on top of it. You guys see that? Now you know how to make cylinders. You learned how to do constant curves. Now we're going to combine those two. You ready? This is not a requirement. You do not have to use the T-bowl shape. I use it a lot for this part of the project because it can be altered in a lot of different ways. So I'm opening about halfway down, and here I go with my big squeeze. I'm really making sure I come in quite a bit at the base on the outside, so I have that narrower foot. Recenter my wobble, reset the curve, and now I'm going to do my first pull. This is where it gets a little different. I'm going to start pulling like it's a constant curve. So dig and pull. But when I get out to a certain point, I'm going to essentially do a rollover. And then pull like it's a cylinder. So I start pulling like it's a bowl, then I roll over, then I do the pull vertically. You can't really see on the outside, but if you look on the inside, you want to look? Denise, can you look? Let me make it a little wider open so you can see. Can you see in there? Yeah. It is from this corner to this corner, it's a constant curve. You see it? Okay.
But it seems like there's no corner when it goes from curve to straight.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's a constant curve on bottom with a cylinder on top.
So it doesn't have to be constant curve now?
No. This part of the project does not require that you make a constant curve. As long as it can hold Cheerios, we can call it a bowl salad. As long as it starts on the wheel and is changed from that original round shape. So here's my next pull, dig a little bit more. Pulling the curve part here. Out to there, see that bulge that just came out? And now I switch and I'm pulling like a cylinder. Let it flare out a little bit because it wanted to, so I'm going to pull that back in right now, or collar that back in. Alright, so the cylindrical part, I'm going to shape and scrape on the outside. In fact, maybe I'll use my tiny little round rib to reset the curve at the bottom. And now I'm going to shape and scrape the cylindrical part on the outside. And let's see, this one you guys wanted? I'm going to bring this out a little bit in the middle. Make a slight variation on that form. A little bit rounder in this. Okay, so the ridges, in fact, I have an idea. I'm going to give a little peek in the middle. The ridges are going to come from this corner. And anything that has a corner, it could be part of your modeling tool, depending on the type of modeling tool. Some of you have a pointier one than others. But if you want to borrow one of these metal rib tools, you can. Just be careful. If you get them stuck and they fly around, it can cut you. Let's see. So, okay, ready, set, make a mark. And now I'm going to go down a little bit and make a mark again. And again. And again. I'll make a tiny skinny one right here. And then back to the regular ones. So in between these, I'm scraping off a little bit of clay that gets caught on the tool. So is this altered? Has this been altered? No. Not yet. This has not yet been altered. I've just essentially decorated it on the wheel. Created some relief. And I'm going to do a last little adjustment to my lip before when I alter it, I can't do anything on the wheel while it's turning again. I can't reshape the lip. I can't sponge it. There's a lot I can't do once I alter it. So I'm getting all this done first. Okay, I think I'm ready to alter. So really that, bowl number 3, it's the exact same alteration as the one I just did. You take a straight edge. I'm going to use the round end actually, see if that does something different. But it's a different shape. See how it curves out here? Let's see what happens. So I'm using the round end of the tool on a round part of the pot. It's not actually affecting the lip, which could be interesting, maybe. I don't know. Do you think so? Should I stop here? What if I keep going? Should I keep going? Let's see what happens. Now, I might screw it up. Do you think it was a bad idea? And again, resist the urge to double touch. Touch once. What? Jacob, are you trying to ask a question? Okay, and there are adjustments I want to make, but I'm going to wait. I'm resisting the urge to wait. Don't touch it while it's wet like this. Too much. Was that too much? Should I have stopped? Did it get better by adding that last one?
I like it.
You like it? By the way, all these bowls are going to be for sale on April 15th at Empty Bowls. And all the money is going to go to charity, and you get the bowl and the chili that comes in it. Eat the chili, keep the bowl, and all your money goes to the North County Food Bank, and it will feed 41 people. 41? Yeah. No, 40. One if you count yourself. 41. Okay, twist and lift. Are you guys ready to go try some stuff out?